DoonTheFox, signing on.
Hey everybody. So, today's gonna be more of a serious video. I know that a lot of you don't like my serious videos. If that is the case, there are 100 different places you can go to leave the video. Bye! You're still here. Wow! I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while, but I just never really had the motivation. I never really felt that it was gonna make a huge impact if I did, that kind of stuff. But, you know, I really wanted to share my story at some point so that, you know, somebody can be inspired by it or somebody can relate to it and just have that, you know, going for them or whatever. My very awesome friend Chloe finally gave me the actual inspiration to do it. She was like, make this video, I will watch it, it'll be awesome. And I was like, oh my god, yay! Link to her stuff down below. So I've pretty much always been gay. There was never really a moment where I questioned that. There was never really a moment where I thought I was straight or bi or all the other ones. I just always knew that I was gay. So I finally learned kind of what that meant and actually registered it in my head when I was 10 years old. And pretty much looking back before that, you know, like I said, I really always was. So there was never really a question of that. I came out when I was 15. I was raised in a Christian family and we went to church regularly until pretty much I started going to high school, which I was 14 when I entered high school. I was pretty much always attracted to guys and still am. You know, when I was in grade school, I actually did say that I was dating this girl and this girl said she was dating me and we kind of had like this whatever relationship thing. In the back of my mind, I really didn't understand what that meant. I didn't even know anything about sex until I was older. And, well, I mean, I was pretty naive up until halfway through high school, I think, so. It is what it is, though. When you're a kid, do you really understand those things? Probably not. Really, what that meant for me was that we were best friends. That's kind of how I've come to understand and translate what that experience was in my life previously. We, I think, said we were together for like a few years, 4 years, whatever. And our friendship had kind of been rocky basically past that point. It's definitely better now, you know, we talk every so often and, you know, we're still friends, obviously. So after that, I found myself interested in a couple of other girls before, you know, I knew that that's not what being gay meant. It's really funny because my experience with relationships and sex and all that stuff when I was younger, I didn't understand that the way you felt sexually and the way you felt romantically were essentially kind of the same. And I don't mean that to say that, you know, love and sex go hand in hand, but I do know that I personally cannot be in a relationship with a girl because I am only sexually attracted to guys. Essentially, I do not feel that I could be a good other half in a straight, whatever, other, basically non-gay relationship. Whereas I do feel that way and I do feel more comfortable and I do feel happier and what have you in a gay relationship. So, I did not know back in the day that, you know, sex was a part of most people's relationships. Not everybody's, but most. So, you know, I couldn't reconcile that. And, you know, so I thought that I was interested in these girls and I wasn't. I just, you know, knew that they were really cool people and that I wanted to be best friends with them, or, you know, that they had an energy that I liked, but I mean, really, it wasn't sexual. It was just, she seems really cool, I want to hang out with her. I don't know what to call that. That's pretty much what it was. So after, you know, I learned I was gay, I just, you know, was on the internet looking up things. But more importantly, the internet was the only thing I had to kind of have like a gay outlet and to relate to gay things. And yeah, porn was part of it, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't have any online friends because my parents pretty much were like, you know, don't talk to people on the internet. They're weird and dangerous and scary and all this other stuff. And so I never did. And part of me wishes I had, because I think that I would have learned a lot more, had a lot more friends going forward, but I'm not, you know, hung up on that. Really, I'm not. I have, you know, great people in my life now, and things have gone the way they should, and that's important to me. And nothing bad happened from, you know, being on the internet and having friends and something crazy happening, so that's good. I really had a tough time growing up because I was bullied and I didn't meet anyone who was effectively like me or thought like me or knew some of the things I knew. You just didn't talk about being gay, and being furry, if it was mentioned, was really looked down upon, just like being gay. So I didn't have, you know, there was none of that. I had no outlet, no nothing. It was just me in this kind of big world trying to learn shit. Fun. So then I entered high school, I met more open-minded people, and I met more, you know, made more friends and learned more about people. I learned a lot about people when I went to high school, and, you know, I didn't have the greatest time going to Christian school, grade school, or even high school, but I did have a pretty good time in high school. It wasn't the greatest, but it was all right. And, you know, the most important thing that I think I could tell anybody about, you know, growing up gay in high school is you're gonna learn a lot about people, and those lessons will serve you well. And if you're good to the right people, then people will be good to you. And by the right people, I mean genuinely good people, not people who have money, not people who have drugs, if that's your market, etc. I came out when I was 15. Everybody that was friends with me pretty much went their separate ways, and I only had my best friend left. My best friend is now my ex-best friend. She and I have since parted ways, but she was the only one that was around when I came out. And, you know, then I started meeting other people in high school and started making more friends, and you know, the people who were really my friends didn't leave, but like the close circle that I was hanging out with kind of like left, and it was just like, okay, nice to know about you. You know, the hardest part of growing up gay for me was being in an environment where I had to hide myself, being in an environment where I had literally nobody to talk to about it, where I didn't think I could trust anybody. I didn't have any outlets, I didn't have any people I could really confide in, and I was quite literally leading this, you know, double life, basically. The moments I had to myself were my little secret. It's my own time life, essentially. And then I started meeting people who understood. And then I didn't have to hide anymore, and then I chose to stop hiding altogether. So, you know, if I had to give any advice, I would say don't get caught up in what people think about you. Don't get caught up in losing friends if and when you come out. I think the number one piece of advice I would give anyone, and not just people who are LGBT, PQA, etc. I would give this advice to anyone. I would just tell people, you know, if you're going to come out of your shell, so if you're shy, or if you're depressed, or if you have anxiety, or, you know, if you're gay or bi or trans or whatever, you know, if there's some facet of yourself that you're hiding from people, or, you know, some facet that's holding you back from being your full self, and then you make that choice to be yourself, you know, the biggest piece of advice I would give you is remember the people who are good to you always, and be good to those people. Most importantly, don't become an asshole. I think that in this day and age, when being unique does draw so much attention, or, you know, being not afraid to reveal yourself, and, you know, basically adhering to civil rights and the whole nine yards, when in this area of life, when you do that sort of thing, it can bring a certain amount of attention to you, and some people definitely run off with that. So that would be my biggest piece of advice. I don't really regret anything that happened to me. I'm not mad about anything that happened to me. I was for a long time, but I didn't really feel that keeping up with that was really necessary. If anything, it was holding me back by being angry about things for so long. So, you know, I just wanted to get over that and move on with my life and be happy, and that's what I did. Yay! More funny videos coming in the future. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate it, guys. Hopefully some of you will find some inspiration in that. Let me know down below what your coming out story was, or make a video response. Let's do that stuff. That'd be fun. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.